Now, before I start, let me say good morning to my panelists and also good morning to my friends. And let me extend some appreciation to, we lost one of my mates from O-level Mauli's crew.
Oh,
and
condolences.
I'm sure that the old Maulians were there to give him a befitting burial. We appreciate it and we love the show of support and love for the bereaved family. So this Sammy Gyamfi's issue, all I can say is that Sammy is a victim of generosity. Now, when I say he's a victim of generosity, you know, even before Sammy becomes the National Communication Officer of the NDC from those days, the NDC was not attracted to the youth. We lost almost all the campuses, the youth, we lost almost all. It was the way he came, branding, and out of his generosity, engaging the youth, encouraging them to go to school, do a lot of things. That is why it attracted a lot of the youth that had come. So, Sammy in his own, let me say in his own field or within his confine, sometimes people appreciate what he does. And you know, when they appreciate, you know, they give him and he also maybe distributes to the people who come to him in the need. If you watch the clip very well, you even realize that it was the self-styled evangelist, the Agradaa, and her husband. And you could see that maybe the husband was having a camera. We don't know the communication between Sammy and the lady. So, and I believe this was occasion when he went to the 1 week funeral of the, that is Prophet Nigel Gaze's father's 1 week. So you could see the dancer, the Adowa dancers. One of them also had followed. And you know, normally you go places and people ask you, can you help me? Just give me something. And maybe that was where he was. And in any event, Sammy always has security. He has his people, they were prevented. But we don't know the discussion that went on and the lady. Now, who flaunted the dollars?
The lady did.
It was the self-styled, how do they call it?
Agradaa.
I've not encountered it before, right? And I see some of the things they do, an evangelist or a clergyman. I'm not here to denigrate her or anything, but by their fruit we shall know them. That you flaunt the money and show it for a showmanship. You know, you can see her, if you trace her, when she went to Kumasi, this man's funeral, the mother's funeral. You know, she was the one who threw all the dollars in the vehicle. That was the showmanship. They want status, they want showmanship. But if you see Sammy's act, it was not like he went for the funeral and started showering people with money, as we see, for showmanship, for status, to say this is who I am in society. We see at funeral. It wasn't that. It was just that she had asked for, and I think she herself had come, that she requested that, oh, can I get some fuel, honorable? And out of generosity, he wants to do that, right? So it is not like he's filthy rich or show of opulence and affluence that I want to give you. We don't know at the material time whether he had CD on him or he did not. And if he didn't have, he decided that I have dollar available. You know how we all revered and we like to have dollar, right? Nobody would want to give his dollar away just like that.
Knowing all that has happened regarding the launch of the code of conduct and all that, couldn't he have been more discreet?
No, that's why he has apologized. That maybe the timing and what I did, that they were taking photographed. I should have been aware and see that the husband was videoing or to see. How many of the evangelists and people, men of God, you go and they see their people are videoing? If it's not for maybe excitement to say that I've gotten money from this. But he himself has said, and for me, It's a great lesson. It's a painful lesson we need to learn. Because when you become a public officer or you are a figure, national figure, your life is an open book. And you see, let me say it here that the NPP, our opponent, have been looking for scandals. That they want scandals within the Mahama government. And for the last 5 months, there is no scandal.
So now you started
with
them
this one, they think that it's a big fish and let's make a meal out of it, right? So it is about Sammy Gyamfi. We should investigate him. Look, within NPP,
but with the kind of governance you promised, you think this doesn't matter?
No. That's why I'm saying that the man is a victim of his generosity. His security, because the security could have prevented all those people. But you don't know the discussion when she said she wanted some food. And somebody that we see on the screen, we see who calls herself as an evangelist, right? And all the things. If you are in the position, you see, don't forget that the good Bible, when the book tells that givers never lack. When you give, you never lack, right? So the lesson in here is that when you're a public person and what you are doing, be conscious of the environment so that what you do, they do not put different interpretation on it. It's not good for the optics.
Because at this point, it's not even about his kindness or generosity. It's about standards.
It's about standards. But if you look at even the code of standards, what has he really breached in this? If he had gone and was showering the money on people, that is where people would ask questions. But you see, the NDC as a government and the members don't want even any blot on the regime. So all scandals, everybody is trying to make sure that nobody cause or carry these scandals that would come and be an albatross around our neck. I'm sure it was out of that. That is why he has gone and said, look, it was indiscretion. It's an act of indiscretion. But as to say that he had money, we should look at the source of the money. And within, now we have done, are you saying that somebody has come and said that some money has been misappropriated, some money has been taken from a fund? If they have evidence that he's taking money from the gold board, and the gold board, I'm sure they have their own people there, they can check, and money taken from gold board, then that is when you can say that we have evidence A, B, C, D, which suggests that the money you were sharing came from this account. But, you know, everybody knows that Sammy, at least, is a man of means. He's not a man of straw. He's not a man of straw, even from opposition. He's not a man of straw. So if he makes that, and he has seen that the environment, so it's a lesson to all appointees and people who serve public. You know, every now day you meet people who will ask you, you see, there's something that I can't even say on national TV. You walk around the ministries, you go to court, there are some particular group of people. When they see an NPP figure member, they come. You know, they do all the day, give you the shower, the praises, everything. The moment they see an NDC man too, they give you and they will collect money. Right. You see, there was one that the gentleman did. He said the wife was pregnant. He needed help. And I said, oh, go and tell the doctor that this is my complimentary card. I'll pay. Let the doctor call me. I'll pay. I never saw him. The next time he saw me, he said, oh, the wife had given birth. He wanted an adoring. Excuse my language, Ghanaians. Excuse my language. Forgive me. In Ghana, he speaks Ghana. I said, Kwe, Olu, Mika Bofenie. Then he sat down and said, oh, lawyer, but you walk out. Because he didn't expect that from me. Yeah. Are you getting? He didn't expect that from me. No. Are you getting? So, for me, the standard is there. This is something that, even for a man to come and say sorry, I've not done anything, but I think that what happened is causing, ruffling some feathers within the party, within society. And society is saying that, yes, we like your generosity, but be mindful of how you do it. And I told you, Ghanaians don't like when you flaunt your richest money all over the place. And I think that for him to come and be bold and say, I'm sorry, at least we should not use a sledgehammer on an ant and say that he should be sacked. What has he done and be sacked? Compare. It's scandal that they are hungry for scandal.
Hungry just for looking scandal. For something to hang you with.
Within 3 months in their government, we had the people to sit with President's Gate. You have to pay $10,000 if you want to see. We saw that. The appointment committee, we saw issues that came up. We saw the contaminated fuel from Boston. Less than 3 months. Yeah, we saw a lot of things. So they are wondering why is it that people have vested interest. They have their own reason why they join political parties. Until now, the NDC has been able to hold its appointees, that nobody is moving out. And so for this act of indiscretion, now we've gotten him. He's a big fish. Let's latch on it. Once we latch on it, let's paint him black.
Very well.
It is an issue of let's give the dog a bad name and we can hang it. I think.
But is the dog not behaving badly in public?
No. I think that for him to be vociferous, for him to be tenacious and purpose in what he did when he was in opposition, some people think that, look, this is the time to pay back and say that this issue should be on the banner, the front banner, and this issue should not be. I think that let them learn the governance, what we have done so far. Let them learn. So that once they are getting their new leadership, and I think they've formed Patriotic Institute now, just like the Social Democracy School. Now here they have Patriotic Institute. Now, let them learn from us. And for act of indiscretion, I think that it is not. If you look at it, it was not, if he was the one who was flaunting it, I would go with the people who would say, no, this is not what we voted for.